this morning, Kevin Durant was asked about a guy he modeled his game after. And this is what he said. He said, quote, "Larry Bird is a guy I like watching. I watch film on him all the time. I like his approach to the game when he was playing." Larry Bird, guys. The question is, how surprised are you by this? We welcome back in Rob Parker. How surprised are you by this? It's Larry Bird.
I was surprised. Not that Larry Bird wasn't a great player and one of the all-time greats, and I could see where you would admire him and Larry Bird's accomplishments. But in this generation with young people, they dismiss the past. It's always about what happened yesterday. So I would have thought, even though Kobe's a contemporary now, it would have been Kobe. Not Larry. Larry Bird stopped playing in 1992. Kevin Durant was born in 1988.
I think he was still 3.
Right? So 3 years old and quit.
Yeah.
So he never really, why? And I understand he said watching him.
The last 3 or 4 years, Larry Bird was a shell of himself.
Had a bad back. Right, he wasn't the same player. So I can see where he got turned on and maybe watched, but the game's changed so much, Skip. This is a shocking thing to me. If you would have asked me there's a generational thing where you would have gone back and you talked about Michael and then you would have talked about Kobe and just different dynamic players, I would see something like that. Kobe more so. And maybe you can't say Kobe because he plays against Kobe.
So what would the reaction today be in your Detroit barbershop when they hear that his role model in basketball is Larry Bird and that he still watches tape of Larry Bird?
Good question.
At Sporting Cut, you know what they would say?
Plug.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
No way, no how would they buy it.
Why would they say that?
They just wouldn't buy it.
Listen to Larry Bird's numbers. This is a guy that averaged 24, 10, and 6 in his career. At no time throughout his entire career did he ever average less than 19 points a game, even with a bad back. At no time throughout his NBA career did he ever shoot less than 45% from the field, even with a bad back. And for the last 8 years, he shot a minimum of 88% from the free throw line. This is Larry Bird we're talking about here. So if you look at Kevin Durant in terms of his physique, what comes to your mind is George Gervin. You look at his ability to shoot, in today's day, you'll think about a Kobe Bryant or Ray Allen. But if you look at the totality of Larry Bird's game and the potential of the impact that KD can have from shooting from the perimeter, his athleticism, his ability to handle the ball, the fact that he's a legitimate 6'9 and a half, 6'10", with a wingspan that makes him about 7'5". He can pull up from 30. He can go to the hole. He can rebound. He can pass when he wants to. Bottom line is, outside of the actual assist, he's the one guy in this league capable of producing the level of offensive proficiency that we have seen from Larry Bird, or we did see from Larry Bird throughout his illustrious career.
Stephen A., I'm with Rob on this. I was shocked by this choice from Kevin. And let's be clear now, Larry Bird was a bad boy. And he could pass the basketball. He wasn't Magic, and I wouldn't take Bird over Magic, but it was close. He wasn't Michael. That wasn't close at all. But I'm just saying, Larry Bird, as you say, Stephen A., was the total package. The competitor, the big shot making, the clutch shot making. So now we're back to who is Kevin Durant? Well, he's different. We all know he's very different. This isn't your prototypical NBA superstar, because here's a young guy who said very quietly, oh, you know what, I'm not going to go join forces with the other superstars in Miami or wherever I want to go. I'm going to quietly announce on Twitter I have extended for the max to stay in the small market of Oklahoma City. And Stephen A., remember what he did last year? I said for 5 straight years on this show, Kevin Durant is my favorite player in the world. And what did he do to me? He took me on last year because I dared to criticize Russell Westbrook for taking too many of Kevin's shots. And he blasted me publicly saying, I didn't know what I was talking about. Remember that? Well, I'm just saying. So that's Kevin Durant to me. And even now, Russell Westbrook has taken, for the year, 25 more shots than Kevin Durant has. Does Kevin bellyache about it? Well, what if Russell Westbrook were Kobe's teammate? You don't think they would clash and it would become a public clash? Yes, it would. But Kevin Durant is still going to lead the league in scoring when it's over because he's so efficient. He is Bird-like. So I appreciate the comparison, but it still surprises me.
Let's get up to the Call of Duty green room. I'm hearing some music in my ear. Who could that be? Oh,